All right. So basically, there's like a confusion that a lot of people have. Okay? So now I'm going to attempt to clear up what people lack an understanding of about the Mason Lodge. Okay? The Mason Lodge is a code of silence. They don't talk about it. Most of them turn into fucking psychos about this stuff. And that it falls into two basic categories. A Mason Lodge falls into man and bitch. These are people that do Satanism, and eventually most of them end up doing extreme forms of Satanism. These people, they might make a mistake, but then they man it back up over their life. Or they don't make a mistake. Then there's a wizard. Right? So a wizard is a person that does like what their best people do, and then also fucks with their bitches. I fuck with their bitches because in reality, I do this stuff to them. Because they're busy doing this stuff psychologically in a satanic incident. Okay? All of them are. Always. See, I do this to them. This is what a wizard does to those type of people. And that I've usually refrained because I'm like the top level expert at doing that stuff now. Okay? I usually refrain, but when people piss me off, then I know how to make their Masonic bitch society like turning into a bitch movers. Right? I know how to do that in a city. This is one of my see, in the end, I know how to bitch them out. And then, only the witch is supposed to do that. See, this dynamic is made for a W to be here, and for the stupid pedophiles to fuck off. And for a W to be here, and for the man, the bitch move that witch into getting skewered by the wizard. And that's really what it's made for. So, it's like the theoretics to this stuff. See, these are the people that convince people of Masonry of doing Satanism and like sex slaving women and one touching children and shit and that stuff. And so those are bitch male pedophile witches. If they didn't do that, then these are dumb wizards. Basically. And that this is a smart wizard. And that's kind of the basics to that stuff. And so the reality is that what these people do is instead of cheating on their witch, which is a down, that's a down. You're not allowed to cheat on your witch. See, your witch turns into a Satan when you cheat on your witch. And like when you get like to a certain age, a lot of people start like having sex with other people and stuff. Man doesn't do that. They might make a mistake. But a wizard won't ever make a mistake because all these people make mistakes at everything that they do. And a wizard will never make a mistake. A wizard knows This is supposed to be a W. And that stupid fucking pedophile witches make mistakes. And the wizard does it. That's the wizard method. And so I've always adhered to that because I'm the wizard. And so that's kind of the theoretical aspects of that stuff. And that when these prostitutes and people they only interact with these people because nobody will be in sick, weird, satanic S&M if they fall into this box in the Masonic Lodge Society, okay? FOE, military guys, all of them. I mean, even Joe Biden and shit, like, that's like, you know, here's the reality, it's like, it's the modern century, sometimes couples cheat and stuff sometimes, but like, the reality is that people that start to follow or whatever the like theoretics of man, that those people are in this box. And so this is what it is like you know, to be a wizard is a completely different reality. You can not cheat or you can cheat to basically, but you can't do it too many times. And that's kind of what it is. And so in the Masonic Society, that's basically what this is. And so a wizard won't ever cheat on his witch. Ever. If the witch cheats, then the wizard might cheat back, but that's not, they're not manned up as a couple. See, once the witch learns to not fuck anybody else, but then once they do the nuptials, then the wizard will never cheat. Psychologically, a wizard is built from childhood, like me, and that once you make the nuptials, psychologically, like in the weird MK Ultra ways, psychologically, it's like a deprogramming in my brain to never have sex with anybody other than witch. And so that's what it is about the things about an SRA. Like, even Britney Spears, which I have a very high level like understanding, she'll feel weird. She has a baby daddy. And that's kind of what it is. That if she has that internally, or Lena, internally, that's the psychological SRA, like, programming. And so I'm a victim of SRA at the top level of that type of stuff. And that with that, I have that. It makes my wiener not really necessarily attracted to anybody. And that this is the reality of this stuff. It's like a witch has a witch, or a wizard has a witch, and a witch has a wizard. And that her vagina gets Satan-y, and my wiener gets Satan-y. All the stuff. Everything. That. Satan. And that is what happens in the SRA ways when they do that enchantment stuff to children and stuff. So I always want to get people to understand that, like, I use myself, and that I've seen what witches like in these weird It's supposed to be a W here. Because there's a new episode of We Crash and Severance. Anyways, like, the whole idea is that the dynamics of a wizard is a wizard versus witch. That's the great battle. That's when the witch man's upper block, or the wizard, Satan's down a block on the witch. And it's a great battle. This is really what it is. It's all wizard and witch is defined by this. So if these people are like, it's like all the TV shows that I'm like watching right now are all available. They're like popping up on my screen right now. The reality is that these people, these are the ones that bring in strippers to Mason Lodge and all that stuff. And that they don't necessarily, see, in the Manhattan Project Mason Lodge, these people get fuck rates. In Tri-Cities, you're not allowed to be a bitch. See, in the Mason Lodge in Tri-Cities, these people that have like a touching of a little boy and shit, and if they come into the Mason Lodge singing that stuff, then Satan demons fuck rape them in schizos, okay? In the Severance way. This is like the laws in Tri-Cities. It's the laws in Tri-Cities. They won't ever admit it. Nobody ever admits it, but like, here's like the real reality. You're not allowed to do any pedophilia in Tri-Cities where you get fuck raped into a schizo. And if you run into a Mason Lodge, this is what it is. No. How many uploads do you have? That's how many times you'll get jackaled through. I mean, that's like what the laws are here. In this. They don't ever talk about it because they're always afraid of getting like in trouble for it. And that if this world like starts to get people wanting to arrest them or something, then the Northwest Klan world fucks rapes everybody. This is what the Northwest is. This is why these nobody comes blatantly showing that stuff from like white supremacy down in the South, up here in the Northwest. See, they don't even like coming up here. Because there's the potential for people seeing if they ever did that stuff. They don't come up here. And that if that stuff gets seen, this world or the Klan's world, and if that doesn't work, then it's like the Nazis' world. Everybody gets the jackal's satanic sex slaving for being a pedophile. If that stuff gets seen on the dark web in the Northwest, and there'll be whole tech psycho groups. That's just what it is. It's always been like that. Nobody ever talks about it. Okay, I just want people to realize that if you bring your tech servers up here to the Northwest, Oregon and shit, oh yeah, it's the most sadist fucking horrible world where it seems like it's like happy open pedophilia, but everybody gets this like very tried and true like amnesia based satanic fuck switching up here. right? That's why I tell everybody that like the stuff in Severance. And that up here, if you're being a huge raging pedophile all the time, even through all that stuff, those weird Nazis come up with weird science to put in people's brains. Okay? They put weird things in people's brains. Okay? They do. I tell people because, you know what? They know this. Some people are raging pedophiles with inoculation, and then those all weird Nazis get their weird Neuralink science ability on them, and then they shove those things in their brains. They really do. Neuralink. It's not secret anymore. So this is why I try and tell people that, like, if you're gonna be these kind of people, don't do that stuff anymore. Don't do this stuff anymore. Because those weird Nazis up here will put weird things in your brain, weird Neuralink things in your brain. They'll use you all as test dummies and shit. That is like literally, I'm trying to give people an understanding. What they do is so illegal. They do it in such a like clandestine way. I'm just trying to tell people 1990s is over. Nowadays, it's like there's tech companies that are doing what they do. And that they have a whole theological, scientific, weird research that uses pedophiles as their slaves for that stuff. The severance stuff. It's not beyond belief. Watch Severance. You'll understand. Look up the term Neuralink. You'll understand. Understand the MIT like cochlear implant speakers with AI Connect with no outside apparatus. Understand Google camera eyes. And then the microphones that's still in the wizard land. Understand body biometric sensors. And then you'll understand that those Nazis, they do a world of super smart science. And that anybody that becomes a fucking horrible blackmail slave becomes people that they just drug up and use as fucking slaves. That's what it is. So, 2022, super advanced science. Just remember, don't do that stuff in a Masonic lodge. Don't ever battle a wizard. And then you won't have weird psychotic Nazi world of science shoving weird brain things in your fucking brain. I mean, this is what it is, okay? It's what it is.